up? It's your boy E coming to you live with another episode of Chop It Up. I got my boy Shawn.
We here.
Man, bro, how's everything going?
We're solid, bro. I just been,
Living life,
yeah, man.
doing your thug thizzle,
Doing what I do.
doing what you do. I love it. I love it. All right, man. Give the people a gist of what you do. And well, actually, let's start. Where you from? Where'd you grow up at?
I was born in, damn, this shit tight. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Try to kill a nigga on the video.
For real.
Yeah.
So I was born in Vegas, but I moved to California when I was like 5th grade, 4th grade. Damn, I'm about to give you my whole life story.
Yep, I need it all.
When we moved out here, we moved to like the Cypress area, Anaheim, Cypress area.
Okay.
And then from 5th grade on, been in the IE for real.
I.e. give people the gist of like what you do for a living and just let them know. Let them know everything that's going on with you in your life.
Shit, I'm something like a scientist.
That's right. Okay, where did the name quarterfinal come from?
It was actually, so I started it with another person, and they kind of already had the name,
Okay.
but the name didn't really have no meaning. So, yeah, I put a meaning behind it. I really think so. I play sports. That's how I met you. Then.
Right.
Cal State San Bernardino. I play basketball. But I always like clothes. I was always into like Stussy, like 10 deep, undefeated. I always like clothes.
Street brands and
Yeah, bro. Like I remember when they was first started to like sell Stussy, like
on campus.
well,
Remember
not I remember, but I'm saying before that, bro. Like I was wearing Stussy in like 7th grade.
That's actually my favorite street brand. One of them, for sure.
Yeah, that's really like if I can emulate, not necessarily exactly like the same style.
I'm cutting you off because that's part of it. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. But give me so you said your name is quarterfinal and the meaning of quarterfinal, like giving people a just
So basically, our slogan is pushing limits. So when you're in the quarterfinals of like a tournament or like a tournament settings, you pushing limits. Basically, you doing what you got to do to like survive and advance. I mean, normally your ultimate goal is to win, to succeed, to become a champion. And then sometimes the people will ask me like, will you ever change the name of it to like finals or like semifinals? And I'm like, nah, because I mean, like realistically, once you do hit a goal or like, once you hit a goal or you got to a place where you wanted to reach, you always gonna strive for like something else or something more. I don't think you could ever really like be complacent, or you'll never not be chasing something. It might not be like, financial, but it might be health-wise. It might be like you're always gonna have a goal or a destination that you're trying to reach or trying to achieve. So it's really kind of like, you just stuck in like that mode, the grind, like you quarterfinal.
I like it. And was this like the first option for you, like, or you had other like aspirations in life? Like, did you want to do something else, or you knew like you wanted to get in the fashion?
Nah, like growing up, I never would have known like I'm gonna start a clothing brand when I grow. It was never like it was like a second option. Like I really used to hoop. Like
Right.
I went to Division II school, but I have friends that still play. That's really what I wanted to do. But like my career didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Right.
So I knew I had to do something else. I studied like entrepreneurship in college, and low key I started the brand while I was at San Bernardino. Like, cause the classes would be like, basically there was like fake, like you got to make up fictitious businesses.
Right.
And instead of doing that, I just started making my own business because it just made sense to me. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, like you don't want the fake reality.
Yeah,
like,
because
you knew you liked it already.
Yeah, because they would literally teach us like how to set up a business plan, like
Right.
where to go to incorporate or like to start get your seller's permit, like all of that, everything that you need to do to start your business, I pretty much learned in college. But while learning it, I was actually starting a business.
Okay. And then you would say like one day's like the actual like seriousness of all of it like come in. Like when did you first print your first clothing? Like when did all that come about?
So how we started, we made like some hats, like 50 hats. Really, I saved up my per diem money. We used to get per diem money when we go on road trips for basketball road trips.
Correct.
So I saved up like 300, and then the dude I was joining with, he saved up 3, and we just bought some hats. Like some, at that time, dad hats were, did you have one of those?
Yeah, the dad hats were.
You have one?
Yeah, I have one. I remember.
No, we just flipped them.
That's crazy.
And then basically took the money, bought some hoodies, some shirts, flipped that. And like, that's kind of just how I got started until I started getting into like funding, credit. Yeah, that's really, I mean, we were just flipping it. I did that for a minute.
And then from there, you say like, after you did that, you knew like, okay, like this is actually what I want to do. This shit is fun. Cause then you get to see everybody wearing your shit. Like,
yeah, I think that's,
friends, your homies and shit at school. Like,
yeah, cause people actually fuck with it. Like,
okay.
Yeah, people bought it. So I was like, I mean, it's just something that I really wanted to do. I didn't know that it would be the main thing in my life, but I knew once I finished. Another reason I stuck with it is because when I graduated, I started doing like interviews for companies, bro, and I just wasn't feeling it, to be honest. And I didn't get hired. I interviewed for like 4 different companies. One company told me like, you're gonna have to get coffee for us in the mornings. And I was just like, bro, like, I asked, and then, you know, like when you do an interview and they ask like, do you have any questions for us? It's my, bro, I'm a terrible interviewer, like even to this day. And I really asked the lady, I was like, do y'all do anything fun here? And like, she was not messing with that. But like, yeah, I think that's really part of the reason why I enjoy doing like what I do, because it's work. Well, yeah, it's work. It's hard, but like with what I'm doing, I get to have fun. Like we do events, or we do like Complex Con, or we just do sneaker. Like we do different events on the weekends, stuff that I would go to anyways. But while I'm there, I'm making money, and I'm, you know, networking, meeting people. So to me, that's the most enjoyable part. And then also, yeah, when you do see people like wearing it, or like somebody might send me a text message like, yo, I just saw your stuff in Miami. Like once I went to Art Basel in Miami one time, and there was a dude wearing some shorts that I made. Like, didn't know the dude, but I just walked up to him like, yo, those shorts are hard. Where'd you get it? And like he was telling me all about this brand, like blah blah blah. He was like, they messed up my order, but they ended up just sending me another pair and letting me keep the ones that I had. And like, I didn't tell them that I was the person that made it.
Right.
But I was just listening. I'm like, yo, like when something like that happens, I'm
like, your lucky makes you happy.
Yeah, like
especially knowing that you actually put your time and effort in shit. You want the customer to be happy.
Yeah, I really think that's what keeps me like going with it. Cause it'd be hard. There's a lot of times it'd be hard. It's expensive to run a brand.
So, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, I was just gonna say sometimes the money you spend doesn't always come back, or it don't come back as fast as you want it to.
Most definitely. But with that being said, like, you hit a lot of like fashion show, or like, I wouldn't say shows, but like, we talked about Agenda, maybe. Name some of the things that, you know, you've been to, and what is the benefits of actually going to those, you know what I'm saying?
I think the biggest one that I've done is Complex Con. I did that one twice.
I bet.
I just recently started doing like Sneaker Con. Those are cool. I've done pop-ups like in stores. I've done like Art Basel. I did a pop-up there. I really wanted to do a pop-up. I still will do one in New York. But I think like doing the conventions and stuff.
Right.
I mean, one, you make money, but probably more importantly, I always tell people like, bro, I'm trying to build a brand. Like, the money is a necessity, but when you're building a brand, people have to know who you are.
Right.
If they don't know who you are, or
So
what
you like the fact that people can meet you and actually know who like the owner is.
Well,
Not just
yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, that is definitely a bonus. But when I say you, I mean like my brand. Like, people have to know who your brand is. And
right.
if they meet me, like, yeah, that's a bonus. I would love to know everybody that has ever purchased from me. But is that possible?
Nah.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
it is possible if they actually come to shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
that's why you do. That's why
Right.
you do stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, you get to meet people. People be like, "Oh, I bought this shirt or I bought this like 3 years ago." I'm like, "Dang, like that's crazy. I appreciate you."
Yeah, no, that's dope. So then you got to meet a lot of people in these like events. Name or a few people like that you actually got to meet over time, and like, damn, this motherfucker really fucking with my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because those things are big, bro. Like, you got people like it could be a basketball player.
I hate talking about that.
You hate it, but it's like, but why not? Why? Because
Name some of the people who have worn it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like when it comes to shit like that. I know you hate talking about it because you're not trying to chase that like whole, like you don't want that to be.
No, but it is important though.
It is, for sure.
It is important. It does make me.
It makes you big, bro. People see it, they're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Especially if someone else is wearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Probably. I mean, sure. I've been doing this for almost 7 years.
Let me rephrase that. I'm asking you in a sense like, is there someone that actually like constantly just like, oh, I know like they're about to fuck with this brand, so they're gonna wear that shit or buy it all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think probably one of the people that I most consistently like give stuff to or is Kalen, for real.
that's dope.
Music artist. Drewski, he actually fucks with my stuff. Like,
I see him in the shorts and shit a lot.
Recently he's gotten a little bit bigger, so he don't be reaching out to me
Right.
as much. But yeah, I like the fact that a lot of times it'd be organic. There are certain people that I reach out to.
Right. Because it's not like you're trying to attract just like celebrities or famous people. You want everybody to wear it.
But it is cool when they do wear it.
It's cool when they wear it.
Because they could like, well, that goes for anybody.
Right.
There's 7 days in a week, bro. You could choose to wear whatever you want. There's a lot of different things that you could buy to put on your body. It's the fact that you chose to wear something that I thought about in my head is like, I appreciate it, no matter who it is. And if you're somebody of like stature, then I appreciate it even more because I know you have a lot more resources and opportunity.
And then people see them wearing the shit.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's going to market the brand a lot, but you actually do good at that. Like,
other celebrities I could think of off the top of my head, Jordan Clarkson, Corey LeRae, Lil Nas X. That was pretty cool.
That's dope. That's different.
Jason Tatum, Jordan Woods. Jaylen Brown.
They can go on forever, huh?
I don't know. There's probably more, but those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head.
What is your favorite street brand, and why?
I already told you, but
let's talk about it.
Favorite street brand is probably Stussy.
Okay, and then why?
Oh no, that's tough, and it might change too. But Stussy's so simple.
Right.
It's very simple. It's a t-shirt company, really. But like you said, like the way you market it is really what matters the most.
Right.
I think it's cool that Susie is able to market a t-shirt. T-shirt, and it's actually like his handwriting.
Right.
And then like looking into his story and stuff, like, oh, he's a regular dude. Like, he's a regular guy.
I like the fact that the brand is so simple. It's not ever overpowering.
Yeah, if you're from California, bro, and you like clothes or shoes, you had to have had Stussy piece eventually.
For sure.
Even people who don't even really aren't really into streetwear,
Yeah, that shit used to.
Had a sushi T-shirt. That was so fun.
That shit used to be at the schools. I used to be the first one in line, like ready to come shop for some sushi.
Yeah.
Do you say yourself like you? A lot of your clothing is based. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like Stacey, but you kind of like try to give it that natural feel like Stacey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because I think like my brand and my business is really an extension of who I am.
right.
So yeah, I'm pretty like minimalistic, like.
But the thing is, it relates to a lot of people, just like you said.
Well, yeah, but that's something that I've got over time, though. Like, I started to realize, like, in order to sell a T-shirt, bro, like I said, there's like you could choose in your closet. You got a lot of different shirts you could wear. Like, why would you buy a T-shirt that I'm selling for, $45?
Right.
What would make you buy it? Like, it's gonna have to be something that you like, that you're interested in. So, like, you do have to think about, like, and like as I make designs now, I do think about something that could be things that are universal. Like everybody likes to go on vacation.
Right.
So I'm gonna make a T-shirt in a collection that, has to do with things that you would do or you would want to wear when you go on vacation. This Taylor picture is tripping me out.
Shit, no, that's nuts. Rest in peace to my guy Taylor.
Shout out to Taylor.
Shout out to Taylor Wood. I don't know if this kind of makes sense, but who do you feel like you target the most?
Who? Like my demographic?
Yeah, your demographic.
It's mostly people between like 18 and like 35. People who are interested in like sports, music, like pop culture. Yeah, that's something I had to learn too. I mean, I think what really, I'm not the biggest brand in the world, but I think what allows me to continuously do what I do is I learned how to target the right audience through like, ads, spending money to get my stuff in front of the right circles.
Right. And then what's the hardest part with that, like marketing wise?
Sure.
Because I mean, shit.
It's always changing.
Yeah, like definitely.
It's always changing. Like, TikTok basically took over.
So you do a lot of social media contract with like TikTok, or like majority of your work is through Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, still through Instagram, but I'm still trying to learn TikTok. But yeah, I think that side of it is a huge part that like to make a T-shirt is one thing, but in order to sell it, like you got to know how to sell it.
So what would you say your hardest part, like, of keeping the movement going? Like, what is hard to you about this whole, because obviously you have to go through a lot of changes when it comes to either having a store, because you got a store in Melrose. What's the hardest part about all of that? Like, just keeping everything intact.
I think the hardest part for me is understanding like cash flow. Because it's expensive, you have to constantly buy products.
Right.
So you have to like constantly be in the green no matter what. Because, I mean, even if you do take out loans or credit or whatever, you're constantly buying inventory. You're buying inventory year round. And it's easy to like, if something doesn't sell immediately, it's easy to just run out of money.
So do a lot of clothes sit? I mean, do you feel like you waste a lot of stuff and money?
No.
Or you ever like, what's the best way to like, okay, if you had something you made something months ago, right? Maybe it sells a lot, but then you made so much product of it. What happens to the rest of it when it comes to that stuff like that?
The only way a product doesn't sell is it's not good.
That makes sense. Right.
Like I have one product that I just haven't been able to sell. It's just not a good shirt.
And then how does that make you feel? I mean, that's where it comes to like actually like losing the money part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
but you learn some of your mistakes. And what's the difference between that? Like, is what I'm saying. Like, you have products that sell out, but you also have products that you're like, like, okay,
yeah.
What did you learn from it? And how do you even get the ideas to come up with shit like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got some unique shirts.
No, I'm telling you, like, it's a mix between stuff that that I want to wear or that I would wear, and what other people would, I think other people would want. I mean, like, just like, you know, anything else, you have to study it. Like, you have to figure out why people, what's the psychology of why somebody buys a t-shirt?
Right.
Like, why did you buy a PlayStation Cactus Jack shirt?
I just thought that shit was tight.
But you probably play video games and you like Travis Scott.
Right. But
There's a reason why you bought that.
that makes sense.
It's a reason why people buy things that they put on their body. I forgot what the question is.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Don't worry about it. What is your end goal for quarterfinal?
I just want to be a brand like somebody asked me this question yesterday. I want to be a well-known brand like Stussy.
Yeah, you want the movement obviously to live forever. Like you don't,
Yeah,
shit's
I want it. Really, another thing is I don't emphasize like my name and like me and who I am.
right.
I care that the brand would live on, like, even after I die. Like, I just want people to know the name. Really, people that are in the industry that I target. That's tough to do.
It is for sure. Oh, okay. Let me see here.
Damn, you really are making me talk my shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, for sure. You got to talk it. It's important for sure. You got to let them know why quarterfinal stands out to other people.
Yeah, but it's cool to talk about this stuff because you sit down like on a regular
Actually
basis.
think about
it.
What you got going on with yourself.
Yeah,
Shit like
and the conversation might change.
most definitely. Would you say like at the end of the day, like you're happy with everything that you've done? And it give me like a real descriptive reason why. Like, are you happy with the outcome of everything you've been doing? And do you feel like you, I mean, yeah, obviously there's time when you're just like, fuck, I'm over this shit. But, are you saying like you're putting your whole time and effort into this shit? And like, do you feel like there's something else you want to make, or you want to continue to just focus on this and make this the best it could be?
Yeah, I think about doing other things, but I think, yeah, this is just really what I like to do. So, yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot too. Like, I think for me right now, the biggest thing is kind of to like, cause shit, I'm 29 though. So like, I have a lot of friends that are getting married, that are having kids, their lives are going in a different direction than mine. And then there is times when I think like, damn, I should be doing this or I should be here. But I think for me, it's more important to like protect like my dream and my journey and be realistic with myself and know that like, as long as I stick to, as long as I'm committed to what I'm doing, like I'm going to be able to figure everything out. And then also if I wasn't, like if there does come a point where I'm just like, yo, I can't do this. Like, I don't know how to do this. I've tried everything.
Right.
Then I'll step away and do something else.
Makes sense.
But it would be hard. It's still hard to do that.
Yeah, because you feel like you love it. You love it.
I've done it for so long, and because I've seen success in it. I think if I never saw success doing what I'm doing,
Right.
it would probably be a lot easier to step away. But yeah, I think about it. I'm not gonna say I don't think about it. I think about it on a regular basis. There's been days when you just really don't want to do it no more. You're like, man, I don't want to do this.
Okay, man. I can't even elaborate on that anymore. But like, I want you to.
So you don't have those days?
I mean, I have those days all the time. I stand here and I'm like, fuck, I've been on my feet for a fuck.
But that's why you started doing a podcast.
And I started doing a podcast just to make it fun, bro. But this is everyday life, bro. We're just having a conversation. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think it's.
But this isn't everyday life. Everybody doesn't do a podcast.
I'm not talking about the podcast wise. I'm talking about people are going to a barbershop. They talk to their barber, have a conversation. Only difference between this is we're on camera. You get what I'm saying?
So, but that's why I fuck with it, because so like essentially you trade your time for money,
right?
Because you can only cut so many heads
in one
day.
Correct.
But like even you doing this is like the equivalent of me like putting my clothes out there on social media. You find other platforms and other ways to extend yourself and who you are. Like you don't know what will come from it.
Every day. And I was just having this conversation before we started this with my boy, and I asked him like what is the reason why people come get their hair? Well, he asked me this question. What is the reason why people come get their haircuts? And it's like, for me, it's more like I sit here and I talk about, I get to listen to everybody's problems.
Like a therapist, for real.
Sure. That's all it is. Like, and I think people don't understand, like, this shit goes a long way, because not every day a man can come and obviously, you know, get pampered or whatever, or even just like come and enjoy his free space and time where he's just getting a haircut and feeling like he can talk about
whatever
the fuck it is. You know?
You're kind of like an unbiased opinion.
Exactly. So what I love about it is the fact that I actually first, one, love my job. And then secondly, like I love the fact that my homies can come and they can talk to me about whatever the fuck it may be on their mind.
When was the first time like you actually like why did you start cutting hair? My fault. I'm like taking over your podcast.
I'm curious about it. It gives you know a little bit more.
Yeah, because then I could.
But I think I spoke about this in one of my other episodes. I started cutting hair because when I was a kid, bro, you know, just growing up, I'm not saying my mom wasn't able to afford it, but she didn't have the time to take me to get my hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go to my grandma and she would fuck me up, bro. Like, oh my shit. So I just
your grandma used to cut your hair?
Fuck me up until I really had the, you know, the opportunity to get older and actually take myself to the barbershop or take a bus or whatever the fuck it may be. But I said, I can't keep going to school looking crazy.
Just trying to get French.
So it was about like my 5th grade year. I told my mom, like, hey, like, can you buy me clippers for my birthday?
Damn,
like
5th grade?
5th grade, bro. And how I started was cutting like my little cousins and shit. Like they were a little younger than me and fucking they head up. Same thing, but they were younger, you know what I'm saying? But
they used to make fun of you when you would come to school with your hair fucked. So you was like, nah. You was like, nah, I can't do this no more.
No more, bro. Like, so then finally she was like, are you sure that's what you want? And then that's how it all started, bro. Yeah, and ever since then, I was cutting from 5th grade on, 7th grade, high school. High school is when it really like kind of started for me.
I never knew you cut a hair until.
Yeah. And then obviously college, I was doing it here and there. I still had a job though, but I was like, you know, busting my ass trying to go cut the team and, you know what I'm saying, go to the house, do all that shit. But yeah, this is not about me, brother.
My fault.
One day I will be in this chair, somebody go interview me. Nah, for sure. Nah, but
that's interesting though. But okay. To like bring it back around, why I asked you that is because like you asked me where I get the inspiration to make like a shirt or something. Like I'll literally sit and I'll learn about like the history of like I made this shirt, the one that I brought you, and I sat there and I learned about the history of bananas,
right? Just
to understand like how can I make this something that is universal that everybody can relate with, like. And bananas is like one of the only fruits that's traded across the entire world. I don't know why that was so interesting to me.
No,
but that makes it like universal. Like if you think about bananas, like you see bananas everywhere, but you just don't know why.
But seeing you actually like do research and fucking try to understand. Like,
I'll be watching some crazy shit sometimes. Like it'd be the most random stuff. But and then I think like, how can I draw the history of bananas and incorporate that into like what I've grown up in my brand, which is like a sporty theme. Like how does that? Oh, okay. Well, like in sports, you like bananas were basically the trade was taken over. Blah blah blah. But it was a big fight for like bananas because they're cheap and they're easy to ship. So like it's competition. Like in sports, there's competition. Like
that's dope.
I don't know.
That's dope. I just want to say, keep going, bro. Keep doing your thing.
I'm trying, bro.
Like I know this shit is hard.
It's tough.
And honestly, it is. It is. But I'm proud of you. Keep going and keep doing what you're doing. Is there before we leave though? Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I'll probably just. There's probably a lot of people I could give a shout out to,
but like, is there anyone specific or someone you want to just thank? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna shout out my family, like,
right.
my parents for allowing me to. I swear I've gone against the grain of everything that I probably should do or should be doing in life.
Right.
And like them just allowing me to do it regardless of like, you know, whether I'm up, I'm down. You listen to Babyface Ray?
Do I listen to him?
Yeah.
No, I've heard some of it.
He had a line. He said, I've been up, been down, been back, and I'm still the shit. That's like one of the hardest lines I've heard because I feel that like,
Right.
especially with what I've been doing. I mean, everybody has their ups and downs, but like, I'm okay with like being at my peak, and then also when I'm at my lowest, like having enough like confidence and like believing in myself enough to know that like I can still do it. Like I'm still the shit. Like no matter what, it's like this kind of it's in you. It's not on.
That's dope, bro. And I thank you for coming on here
Yeah,
and giving me your time and stuff. The reason why I asked you about a shout out, how you
Oh look,
like a damn snitch. I was like,
Yo, I haven't got a haircut forever.
the reason why I asked you about a shout out though, because I want to shout out my boy Wali.
Oh yeah.
Shout out my boy Wali. Shout out my motherfucking boy Wali.
Hey, shout out to Eric too.
Hey man, hey, shout you out, bro. Thank you for everything you do behind the scenes. Shout out to my boy CP.
Eric was probably one of the first customers of quarterfinal for real.
Hey man,
Probably.
drop off the boxes. Huh?
Yeah, Eric will always hit me like, yo, bro, can you just drop it off? I'm like, oh my God, I really don't want, but I fuck with you though. That's why I'm still here. This nigga really hit me like, yo, can you drop off some shirts like how you used to? I said, let's run the podcast.
Shout out to everybody. I want you guys to go like. I want you to go comment. I want you to go subscribe. All that shit. But you got to get the fuck up out of here.
All right.